The most critical moments of aircraft is during your takeoff and landing. That is when you're having to reconfigure your aircraft to speed up and take off. And then once you're airborne, configure it to fly the most efficiently it can so that you can maintain long distance travel. Landing is just the opposite. You're reconfiguring your wings and your flaps and everything, and your landing gear, which all create a lot of drag for you to slow down and be able to land on the runway.
One of the things that we pride ourselves at the Temple Executive Air Center in is connecting those that are flying from outside of Temple with the city at large. So Temple is an amazing community that has so much to offer, and they'll expand that out to Bell County as well. So whether it's the beautiful parks that we have, downtown attractions, restaurants, various entertainment centers, if you will, our goal is to connect people that know nothing about Temple with the community once they land with us.
To understand this airport, you have to understand why it was built.
Sean Parker, airport director. So this airport was originally built in 1941 for the Department of Defense. During World War I, they started training pilots to prepare for going overseas. Once World War II was over, they gifted this airport to the city of Temple. It took a couple of years for them to do some modifications. And in 1948, they opened the Draughon-Miller Central Texas Regional Airport.
So right when we come in the main door, the architects that designed this building had it in their head that when the door of an aircraft opens, and ultimately people that are visiting Temple for the first time get their first glimpse of the city, that this is what they would see.
Interesting fact, Draughon and Miller are two gentlemen that were pilots in World War II. The amount of acreage we have here makes us a prime location to come to our airport, take care of your business, family, and pleasure needs. We are located by I-35 corridor, centrally located to Waco, Austin, all the major cities around us.
Travelers come from coast to coast.
The majority of our flyers are all around Central Texas. A lot of our business folks come in anywhere from the West Coast in California to the East Coast in Florida, New Jersey, New York.
Those business travelers don't just park on an empty field. They've got a team waiting for them.
My name is Andrew Hill. I'm the FBO manager, the Fixed Base Operations Manager for the Temple Executive Air Center, FBO here at the Draughon-Miller Airport. The industry is driven by perpetual middleman, and an FBO is the middleman in the industry. So what you have is operators, so they're the pilots that are on the aircraft. They have passengers in the back with unique needs. They have their own needs. Their aircraft has their own needs. And when they land in Temple, we're responsible for connecting them with potentially an end vendor that'll help satisfy those needs. So we'll take care of some things in-house like fuel service, and we'll assist them with a crew car if they need that. But when it comes time to help coordinate maintenance needs, or their aircraft broke down and they need a substitute aircraft, or they need a rental car, or they need a hotel, or they need food or whatever, finding the best partners in that really helps us ensure that we're meeting all of their needs with anticipation, like I mentioned.
The Air Center takes every precaution to ensure a reliable and smooth experience.
So before the airport opens, our staff goes out and inspects the airfield. We inspect all the lighting, signs, edge lights, all that kind of stuff. We inspect all the surfaces, areas to make sure that the runways and taxiway are clear of any debris. We ensure that there's no wildlife in the area, things like that.
Draughon-Miller is a general aviation airport, hosting private travelers from across the country.
We do over 5,000 operations a month. We're looking at just over 60,000 operations a year.
Flying is becoming more and more automated, which is a unique position in the industry because we're on this cusp of things still being piloted but also automated. So we have to be diligent to ensure that all safety measures are met and we don't lean too much on new technologies as they come out.
Eventually, when we start gearing towards electric and hydrogen powered aircraft, that's going to allow aircraft to be a little bit smaller, only one pilot instead of two, sometimes three. And eventually, we're going to be seeing a lot more in aviation of air taxi, which eventually will go to autonomous, where there's no pilot at all. Kind of like the Waymos you see in the vehicles in Austin now. You're going to eventually someday jump in an aircraft and fly to your destination with no pilot in there.
While Parker plans for tomorrow's technology, today's airport builds tomorrow's pilots, investing in the next generation.
I'm just happy about the successes we've had as the airport in growing, keeping up with construction and infrastructure and things like that. But my biggest thrill is a program that we just started with the Belton ISD and their STEM program, and that's getting kids involved in aviation. We do a lot of programs here, food trucks once a month. We are partnering with Belton ISD and their STEM program, but the biggest thing is getting kids interested in aviation. And it doesn't have to be a pilot, it could be a mechanic, it could be an air traffic controller, it could be an airport manager, but we just want them to realize all the different job opportunities that are out there, and then also try to help them along the way in that program so that when they start, by the time they finish, they're ready for a job here in our community.
When those kids finally get up close with the real aircraft, you can see it in their faces the moment aviation clicks.
It's not really what they say, but it's the smiles on their faces. It's the questions that they ask while they're getting to walk around an airplane. But meeting these kids and talking to them, it's very interesting. This kind of age of kids coming up through school, their interest of aviation is more in engineering. They want to design things. They want to make new airplanes and see if they can fly, all that kind of stuff. So it's really neat to see that different aspects of what they want to do in the aviation field.
So we connected ultimately Belton ISD with AOPA, or the Aircraft and Owner Pilots Association. They offer a free curriculum that helps students prepare for their written exam to actually get their pilot's license. And then the program from there was expanded thanks to the expertise and education of the Belton ISD, or Belton New Tech specifically, staff. Right out of the gate, there was 50+ students enrolled in the program. So that's probably the most rewarding thing, is to see that when the opportunity is just extended, and though there's not much in our hands to offer right now, that it was received so well and so quickly. And so we only anticipate that it will grow, and hopefully as other industry partners hear about the program and finds it within themselves to help support in various ways, whether that's through finances or time or just attention, then the program will grow, and we'll be rewarded in seeing those students excited about an industry that they may have thought was otherwise unattainable.
The airport's success is measured by how little the public notices when everything goes right. But the work behind the scenes, training, coordination, security.
Our airport has its own fire department, but we rely heavily on fire department like the Temple Fire Department, Gatesville, Belton, and things like that to help support us in cases of emergencies.
One of the unique things about the City of Temple's airport department as a whole is that it encompasses every and all facet of operations at an airport. So we have the Draughon-Miller Airport that ensures safety, runways, taxiways, economic development, infrastructure is all in place. Aircraft rescue firefighting that ensures everyone is safe. And then we conduct the operations of our own fixed base operation of the Temple Executive Air Center, which is a unique position for the city to be in, because we have the opportunity to generate revenue through our FBO that ultimately pumps funds into the department as a whole and help us operate as net even, and ideally that even plus, so that when opportunities come up for development and consequently economic development, then we have some funds available that can help supplement or do grant matches.
As the sun sets on the runway, the work never really stops, because here in Central Texas, aviation isn't just transportation, it's connection. Till next time, I'm Michael Mazuka, and this is How Stuff Works.